The council chambers of Zithra Prime had always been a place of debate, but that day it became a theater of cruelty. The Galactic Council, self-proclaimed guardians of order, stood above the desperate pleas of the Arvani, a small avian species who had once sheltered humans when Earth's first ships wandered too far into hostile space. The Arvani sought protection from a rival empire, but the Council only saw weakness. Their verdict was swift. No aid, no recognition, no mercy. And then came the slaughter. The fleets of the Council descended upon Arvani worlds, glassing cities, silencing songs, and erasing a culture that had asked only for help. Billions perished while Council delegates polished their speeches about balance and necessity. But the Council had miscalculated. They assumed humanity would watch silently. The message reached Earth in fragments. Distress calls cut short, transmissions drowned in static, survivors screaming into the void until silence claimed them too. Humanity remembered. The Arvani had once hidden Terran scouts, shared food and shelter when humans had no standing in the galaxy. Now those same friends lay in ashes. The Terran Navy did not ask permission. Across Earth's orbit, shipyards thundered with life. Warships that had slumbered since the Orion conflicts were rearmed. New dreadnoughts slid from their cradles like iron leviathans awakening from the deep. Their hulls bore names whispered in human history: Yamato, Invincible, Gettysburg, Karachi, Ascalon. The Terran fleet surged outward. Not diplomats, not negotiators, soldiers. When the first human warships broke into the Zithra system, the Council scoffed. Their admiral spoke of discipline and inevitable victory. After all, humanity was young, unrefined, a death-world species that clawed its way from mud and fire. Against millennia-old fleets, what could they possibly bring? The answer came in steel, plasma, and fury. Human ships did not fight as others did. Council fleets moved with precision, phalanxes of ships in flawless formation. Humanity fought with chaos. Their destroyers darted like predators. Their carriers unleashed swarms of drones in patterns so erratic no algorithm could predict them. Where Council captains relied on doctrine, human captains relied on instinct. At the heart of the battle, the TNS Valiant drove straight into the Council's flagship wall, its guns roaring in defiance. When its shields collapsed, it did not retreat. Instead, the humans rammed their vessel into the enemy dreadnought, detonating its reactors in a blaze that shook the system. The galaxy had never seen war waged with such ruthless determination. Broadcasts spread the images far beyond the battlefield. Worlds watched as the Council's armada fractured under relentless human assault. They saw Terran Marines boarding Council flagships, reclaiming Arvani prisoners, raising Earth's banner over once impervious citadels. They heard the battle cry repeated across every frequency. For the Arvani. For justice. By the third week, the Council's fleets were broken. Their proud admirals sued for ceasefire. Their delegates offered half-hearted apologies. But the humans did not come for apologies. At the ruins of the Council's war headquarters, Captain Darius Holt addressed the survivors. His words were broadcast on open frequency, echoing across the stars. You massacred those who trusted you. You called it balance. You called it order. We call it murder. Humanity does not forget its friends. And we do not forgive betrayal. Behind him, Terran warships hung like silent judges, their weapons still hot, their hulls scarred but unbroken. The Council surrendered, not because humanity demanded tribute or territory, but because humanity showed them something they had long forgotten: loyalty that burned hotter than any star. The Arvani survivors wept when human shuttles descended on their shattered worlds, bringing food, medicine, and hands that rebuilt instead of destroyed. For every city burned by the Council, humans raised a monument. For every life lost, they vowed remembrance. The galaxy whispered in fear and awe. Humanity had not merely fought, they had avenged. They had proven that their strength was not measured in fleets or weapons alone, but in the unyielding will to stand for those who could not stand for themselves. And so, the legend spread. The Council had massacred Earth's allies. But in return, Earth's warships had delivered justice. Not the cold justice of politicians. Not the empty justice of speeches, but the kind carved in fire and steel, in sacrifice and blood. Humanity had answered, and the galaxy would never forget it.